Now we need to say the picks we like because we didn't give this draft an F or a D or even a C minus.
C is a passing grade.
Right. So what picks did you like? You go first.
You know what? I'll go first. I love that as an undrafted free agent, they took a quarterback. I love it. And you want to know something? I love the quarterback they took. First of all, I think you should take a quarterback every season. And what they did is, instead of getting a Trey Lance type, they got a Brock Purdy type.
Right.
And so they actually learned. And they said, given what our team is and what we need, this kid could do it. And maybe he could end up this season being the third quarterback or even the second quarterback eventually. So I know it's not a draft pick. It's an undrafted free agent. But, I didn't fall out of the bed when I heard about that one. What do you think of that pick, Iggy?
I like it too. It's like at least they're trying to follow the template that led them to Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
The blueprint, whatever. Like they're trying to get the next one. And this guy may not be the same, but he has similar characteristics and he's experienced and he can move around a little bit. And I'm excited to watch him play.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's a good one.
Good on you, Kyle.
Undrafted free agent. They always have smart, good undrafted free agents. They're good at that.
It's like the pressure of the first round. They can't live up to it. But when you go among, the bargain store, the dollar store, they're pretty good in the dollar store.
The pressure of the first round, the pressure of the Super Bowl. There are some themes, some common patterns here.
Well, I think we could say that Kyle does not stand up to pressure that well.
No. I mean, he can't even stand up to me in the press conference. I'm just kidding. I'm not applying that kind of pressure.
He never had to face me in a press conference.
No.
I would tough. Say, Coach.
Yeah, over here.
Over here, Coach.
All right, more picks we like. The second round pick, Renardo Green, the cornerback. I would have loved an offensive tackle there, but I really like taking a corner in round 2 for the first time in 20 years. I don't know why or when the Niners decided that was something they don't do or can't do, but they should start doing it. It's a very important position, and good ones there aren't that many good ones. Like there are a million good wide receivers. There aren't that many good corners. This guy looks like he might be a good one.
I agree. You would have preferred him in the first round over Pearsall?
A different corner in the first round over Pearsall, but if you waited until round 2, this guy looked like he might have been the best one available.
Okay. Iggy, I also like that they took a safety in the draft.
Yeah. Malik Mustafa.
Yeah. I like
He looks good. He looks good. You got to add players to your secondary, Dad. You got to.
That's how you would have talked in Brooklyn.
You got to do it. Because with Talanoa, you don't know what he's going to be like when he comes back from his injury. He could be no good. He might not come back for a while. And now you got a player just in case.
Okay.
They were looking for a safety all offseason. They got one.
Very good. That's crafty.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you got to like it. They were crafty.
Yeah. Other than that, 2 wide receivers, that's 2 more than I would have taken.
A running back?
Trading up for a running back, that should work out. Probably.
Are you being ironic?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've tried that multiple times. Hasn't worked out yet, but this time it will.
Did they trade up for Trey Sermon?
Yes.
How did he work out?
Mm-hmm. Did they trade up for Joe Williams? Yes.
How did he work out?
Not so good.
And why did they need a running back? They have 3 really. I know Mitchell gets hurt, but Jordan Mason is very good, Iggy.
Yeah. Also, they only used one of them.
It's true.
You only use Christian McCaffrey. You don't even use Debo anymore as a running back. So what are you adding more ones for? So he's you know what he's going to be? They traded up for a kick returner.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, but they didn't get worse.
No. Also, the linebacker, their last pick, Tatum Bethune. Great name, great prospect. Better name.
Okay. Great name, Bethune.
Great name. Tatum Bethune. I like to say it.
It's the hard U at the end.
It's the hard U for sure.
Yeah, I like it. So those were good picks. What I seem to think I see with the Niners, and I'm going to talk about this for a minute. I don't think they had a good overall strategy, but they can make occasional good picks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they don't have an overall strategy. They're not, it's like, what are we trying to do? That's how Kyle coaches.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an overall strategy, but he can call good plays.
Yeah.
Again, if he had an overall strategy, he could have closed out the Chiefs in the second half of the Super Bowl. But he was just calling some good plays, just like he drafted some good players. But he didn't have a strategy. How do I close out the game? I got 30 minutes to go and I got a lead. He's not thinking like that. He thinks in snippets, in particulars, not in the big picture. He doesn't, Iggy, I never met him, but I have the feeling in terms of football, he's not really, really bright. He may be a very bright man, but in terms of football, he's not really bright. And I'll give an example of someone different. Joe Montana, I always felt, was a pretty bright guy. If you tested him, he would be maybe a little above average. I never felt that he had tremendously deep insight into things. But put him on a football field, he was as bright as Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would criticize to the other players Bill Walsh's offense because he knew it just as well. He was a genius as Bill on the 49ers offense. Off the field, no, I wouldn't call him a genius. On the field, he's one of the smartest players in any sport I ever met. I don't think it translates to Shanahan. I think he is not a genius, but an ordinary thinker when it comes to strategy. It's like a general in an army. Eisenhower had to have a whole view of what they were going to do on D-Day, not like we're going to do at this particular place.
Well, I think what Kyle likes to do is he wants to get a big lead in the first half, and then there's nothing that the other team can really do in the second half, and that like takes away the game situation. I can call whatever the hell I want in the first quarter. I can just call plays, the plays I like the most, try to get a 2-3 score lead, and then there's nothing you can do. But in the Super Bowl, he only had a 10-point lead, and then it was a 3-point lead. And he really had to be smart about using the clock and running the ball. And that's not what he does. In the NFC Championship game, he fell behind by a lot and he had to pass to come back. But that situation where they're up by a little bit, that's a tough one for him because you got to be smart and prudent. And he's not.
And Iggy, in the second half, especially in the third quarter, didn't he at certain points go 3 and out?
A bunch of times in a row, and he passed a lot. And I asked him after the game why he banned the run, and he said, I didn't.
Yeah, I love that. But the point is, you don't want to go 3 and out. You want to, the clock is your ally. Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
and it's going 3 and out with them passing the ball. They're stopping the clock for the other team.
Right. They're calling timeouts for the other team. So what I want to say, he drafts and he calls plays the same way. He has occasional success, but he does not have a brilliant overview of what he's doing. That's how I feel about him.